What's a country you thought you'd probably never visit but somehow ended up there? For me, one of those places was definitely Kosovo. I'd never really planned on going, but when the chance to do so arrived, I wasn't gonna turn that down and ended up going on a day trip to Pristina with a taxi from North Macedonia.
Hello everyone, my name is Janika and welcome to this video. We are today about to embark on a day trip to Pristina, Kosovo. We are currently in Skopje and we've already been here for a few days, and we saw that there would be a possibility to go to Kosovo from here. And I thought to myself, if I don't go there now, will I ever be visiting? Like, this is probably my one and only chance to ever visit Kosovo. We were looking at different options on how to go there. There was quite a few tours that you can do, but at least when booking last minute, these tours were quite expensive. Most of them were like 120 euros and upwards. So yesterday we met up with a taxi driver when we took the taxi back from Matkakania to Skopje city, and we started with him talking about going to Kosovo, and he said he would be prepared to drive us to Pristina, wait for us and then drive us back, and we would be paying him 100 euros for this, which I honestly think is quite a good deal, and it's still going to be cheaper than those tours. Sometimes I like doing group tours, but also when you do a group tour you're a bit limited in what you're doing and doing what you're told, so to say. But now instead we'll have time to explore the capital of Kosovo by ourselves, which I think will be also more interesting. We're just about to go and meet up with the taxi driver, and then we'll head to Pristina, Kosovo. I'm super excited.
We are on our way. We've just stopped at a gas station. They're gonna change some money into euros. I was today years old when I learned that Kosovo is a part of EU and that they use euros there. I did not know that. Maybe that was very bad of me, but yeah, I just saw a sign that it's 78 kilometers to Kosovo. And apparently because it is a Monday, the border crossing shouldn't be too busy. Apparently on the weekends it can get really busy and you have to wait in line for quite some time, but today hopefully it should be fine. And so we have arrived in Pristina, Kosovo. Our first thing we're gonna do is go and check out this cathedral. I think it was called the Cathedral of Mother Teresa, something like that. Looks pretty big and grand, so let's go and check it out. Next stop is a very peculiar looking library. I've never seen one quite like it before, to be honest. I'm not sure if I find it very cool looking or very ugly looking. A bit of both, I would say. The National Library, with its unique, futuristic design, is a real head-turner, famous for its brutalist style. It was designed by a Croatian architect back in 1982 when Kosovo was still a part of Yugoslavia.
We've now come to a cafe to use the bathroom, to be honest, and have something to drink, and we both are gonna also order something sweet to try. So far I'm actually quite surprised about how busy this city is. There was quite bad traffic when we arrived, and everywhere it's hustling and bustling with people, even though it's like the middle of the day on a Monday, so that's quite surprising. But yeah, let's see if we would be able to order, and then we'll continue exploring this city.
That is really good.
But yeah, now we're gonna walk around a bit. There's a few spots and areas I want to check out still. I think we're now arriving to the boulevard.
This is Mother Teresa's Boulevard, the main pedestrian street with lots of restaurants and cafes that can be found alongside it. The boulevard is named after Mother Teresa because her family roots trace back to Kosovo. It's in the city center and a lovely place where to walk, especially now in the summertime with all the green trees. In Pristina, you can find a fascinating mix of Ottoman era's history and Yugoslavia modernism. Whilst walking, you can, for example, spot a 15th century mosque on one block, and then you turn your head and you'll see a brutalist building or statue right next to it.
We're now by one of the main mosques here in Pristina. There was just a call to prayer, so we can't really visit. I don't really think we could visit, even if it wouldn't be. If you didn't know, actually 95% of the population in Kosovo is Muslim. So it is an Islamic country. It's interesting though, because when you walk around, you don't necessarily see or notice that very clearly. There's a bunch of mosques everywhere, so that definitely gives it away. But yeah, at the moment we're kind of just walking around, exploring this place. We don't have super many things planned. I wanted to visit a museum, but it is closed at the moment, unfortunately. At some point I would like to try some food here and stuff like that. But yeah, let's see what we can find.
Kosovo may be one of Europe's youngest countries as they gained independence in 2008, but its story stretches back centuries. From Illyrian tribes to the Ottomans and beyond, layers of history has shaped the people and culture that you see today. When walking its streets, you can really feel that, as it's a place where ancient traditions meet modern ambitions.
Some more observations from Kosovo. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of tourists here. I think I saw like one group of 3 people. We were just walking through that big market that we accidentally stumbled upon, and not one person tried to sell us something, which was honestly very nice and a refreshing change. A lot of places everyone will try and sell you absolutely everything, but that's not the case here. So as a Finnish person, I approve. We've now come to a restaurant. Of course, we have to try some local food. We came to a place that was very much recommended all over the internet. It's a little bit outside of the main city center, but still like a walk away. It's called Tiffany's. They have a really nice little hidden garden. It was a bit hidden to find this place. And yeah, apparently the food here is really, really good. So let's check it out. So this restaurant does seem to be a little bit more fancy, and they said that they're a traditional restaurant, so they do not have any menus. They suggested that we get a set of just a bunch of little things to try so that we can get a full experience. The price will be 35 euros in total for 2 people, so it's still not too bad. But when we were walking around like at the boulevard and stuff, we saw that portions were around like 5 euros-ish. So compared to that, this is a bit more, but then again, it's gonna be a bit more of a special experience. So let's enjoy this, and I hope that the food will be good. We've started off with some warm bread, different dips, and some salad. No idea how much food we're about to get. I think it's gonna be a lot. I like the white dip the most out of those 3. It's a bit spicy though. This lunch we had was one of the best meals of our entire trip. After the starters, we were brought 3 different dishes. We had some meat and rice wrapped in vine leaves, meat in some kind of dough that reminded me a bit of burek, and the best part was this meat in a very delicious yogurt sauce. I'm sorry, I don't actually know the exact name of these dishes, but believe me when I tell you that they were delicious. Well, I do think we're getting the proper food experience now. It's a bit like burek. It's good. It's like meat and rice. Oh, it fell in my water. I thought I wouldn't like it, but it's actually pretty good. Meat in yogurt sauce, right? Oh. That's super good. This one seems like it has some kind of fruit inside. Wow, it's so sweet. It's good though. Well, that food was definitely delicious. It was fun to get to try a little bit of everything because I wouldn't have known what to order, to be honest. That place, I think I already mentioned, but that place doesn't even have menus. So you just need to trust them that they'll bring you good food because it was definitely really good. I also think I mentioned it wasn't like the cheapest possible place. In total for everything we paid 40 euros. So like 20 euros per person, but it was delicious. So I have no regrets. Currently, we're walking next to the stadium here. Well, I wonder what building that is. Looks very interesting. it feels like quite a safe place. I feel like even if I would be walking here alone, it would be fine. Like everyone's really like kind of minding their own business. Although of course I'm not alone at the moment, so I don't know what the true experience would be if I was alone, but it's just the vibe I get.
Kosovo might be small, but its landscapes are breathtaking. Whilst driving, we could see mountains, green valleys, and rivers. Thanks to this, it also made our car journeys to and from the country very enjoyable. We have now arrived back to Skopje. We still went for some drinks here together with the driver before coming back to our hotel. It was a short but sweet trip to Pristina. We unfortunately didn't have so much time to do a lot. We only had like a bit less than 4 hours, so we did as much as we possibly could. But still, I think it was a good chance to get a bit of a first impression and overview of the city. Generally, I thought it was quite nice. It felt safe. You, as a tourist, were left quite alone. In general, there didn't seem to be a lot of tourists there. The food that we had was really, really good. The traffic was, however, really bad, and I was just in general surprised how busy the city was. Yeah, if I would compare it, for example, to Skopje, it felt a bit more like serious, maybe. And also, interestingly, like you were in Kosovo, but everywhere you saw everything Albania related. Like in the market, they were selling Albania flags and shirts and hats and magnets. You would see Albanian flags everywhere. So that was quite interesting. It would have been nice if we would have had more time to visit also other cities and places, but I'm afraid this was all that we had time for now. But to be fair, originally we weren't planning on visiting at all. So this was still a great little trip that we had. Our driver was also super friendly, and I think the deal we made with him was fair. Of course, if you have good haggling skills, you could probably find a driver for even cheaper. But also, I feel like if someone drives you all the way to another country, has to wait for you there, then drives you back, 100 euros for that is, I think it's like, well deserved. If you find yourself in Skopje and would like to do a similar trip or just in general need a driver, feel free to message me on Instagram and I can share his contact details with you. Please let me know, have you ever been to Kosovo or have you ever even thought about visiting it? For me personally, when I was there, I told my boyfriend, like, wow, I didn't think I would ever be here. But sometimes life can throw you interesting curveballs. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and remember to subscribe to my channel. Tomorrow we are heading to Ohrid, which is apparently a really beautiful city by a beautiful lake here in North Macedonia, and we're gonna be spending 4 nights there before then continuing our journey to Albania. Lots of adventures still ahead of us, so yeah, if you didn't already, do remember to subscribe so that you don't miss out on it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys again on my next adventure. Bye bye!